Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I like to talk about mind, body, and soul topics. Let's talk about the body. Let's talk about food. That's been the hardest part of my fitness, of getting into shape. I've had a goal of, by the time I'm 50, I want to get in the best shape of my life. That doesn't mean I want to be in the best shape of your life or what you consider to be Arnold Schwarzenegger shape. I just want to be in the best shape of my life compared to my past. You know, we don't compare ourselves to others. We just compare ourselves to who we used to be. I was in pretty bad fucking shape about 5 years ago. And I was unhealthy. My immune system was bad. I'm glad, just timing. I didn't know this virus was going to happen. I'm just glad that I became healthier and particularly got on top of my nutrition just in time for this bullshit to go down, because I never caught the virus. I've been mask free and I've been pretty impervious to it. And Florida has a lot of infections down here. I can't say enough about nutrition as far as your overall health. It will affect your mentality in a major way, because the food that you eat, the nutrition that you get, has an effect on how your brain functions. There's a chemical and like an electromagnetic chemical connection. It's where the chemicals that you absorb from your food get turned into electrical energy inside your brain. It's how our body regenerates itself, is through food. It's how our body heals itself, is through food. That's particularly important to understand, that we heal ourselves through food. Protein, through whatever they're called, the fucking amino acids. Little brain fart. You know, in a lot of families, food is looked at as a bonding experience. The dinner table is looked at as a place where people come, where we come together. And the food itself that mom makes, we grew up with, was looked at as love. In a lot of families, particularly like Italian families, Jewish families, certain ethnicities, they really look at the dinner table as a bonding experience. That's really where you get to bond with your parents, your siblings. Other times you're busy doing your own thing. You may be taking orders from your dad, and your mom may be busy, or she may be a bitch. But at the dinner table, it was different. And the food was good. And, you know, people look back on the whole experience of eating as this loving experience. And you've heard food is love. Maybe you see that sign up at your local diner. You have the whole idea of comfort cooking, down-home cooking. A lot of us grow up with fond memories, nostalgic memories of family meals or of particular dishes that our parents made for us or taught us how to make. The problem with having that background, which is so common, is that we grow up attached to food as an escape, as a vice, as a way to chase pleasure, as a way to fulfill a need, to fulfill ourselves with love. When you become upset, you go to eat. When you become angry, you go eat. When your girlfriend dumped you, you go and eat. When you lost your job, you went and eat. You're having a bad day, you go and treat yourself. Oh, let's stop off at the donut shop. And you eat. You find something delicious. The sensation of it, the taste of it, and the satisfaction of being so full and the fond memories of eating that same food in past times, all triggers that mother's love. You got to switch your outlook on food, of how you look at food. You got to look at food as nutrition. That's all it is nutrition. Since I've had to, it's taken me this last year really of hardcore diet. I finally got the shift in my brain about how to eat and about how to get nutrition. So now when I eat, I think about protein. I think about good healthy carbs. I think about good fats. I think about low cholesterol. I think about low sugar. I think about these types of things. I'm counting how much protein I need for the day because I want to make sure that, because I get a lot of exercise. I'm incredibly active. I get 2 workouts a day, every day, plus I work a manual labor job. So I need enough protein to stay on top of that. I've been counting all my macros. And this is the kicker. When I cheat, because I still have cheat meals. When I cheat, it's not that I just feel guilty. It's that I understand that I'm robbing my body of nutrition. And sometimes that's a choice. But when I'm conscious of what it is that I'm doing, that I'm robbing my body of a chance to operate better, my brain to operate more efficiently. There's sometimes that I realize when I'm in my shop doing, tuning an old carburetor or talking to the top brass up at Harley Davidson, when I'm coaching somebody and they're really telling me their worst problems, and I want to be able to be of some value in that conversation. When I really need my brain to function, I realize that I need a couple things. I need to be awake, not tired or groggy. I need to be well fed with nutrition, not just full. I don't want to be over full and tired. I want to be full of a nutritious meal. I don't know about you, but when I have a really good meal, healthy meal, and I get the right portions are important. You have to learn about portion size. I have measuring cups. I never did that before. I have a little food scale. I never did any of this stuff before. I'm measuring out food like a goddamn dope dealer measures out fucking weed and shit. It's really helped. And after a good meal, I feel great. Instead of that over full, tired, sloth kind of feeling. I need to be able to give my body and my mind the opportunity, at least, to function at its best. Life is hard enough. And I like to talk about this a lot. Why be your own worst enemy? There's so much that we can do just internally to change our own behavior, to change our lives, where we might think, I wish this, I wish that. These are all external things. When you start wishing, you can start today and shop differently at the grocery store. Learn to eat more vegetables. Learn to eat more fiber. Learn to start looking at the back at those fucking ingredients and cut out the sugar. You start realizing, goddamn, there's sugar in bread. There's sugar in oatmeal. There's sugar in every form of carb. There's sugar in everything. There's probably sugar in the goddamn bottled water you drink. You got to just start looking at all this stuff. Look at your salt content. Look at the fats. Look at the trans fats. Look at the saturated fats. Look at the cholesterol. It's overwhelming. It goes on and on. But I've had to learn how to train myself to do this, and it's helped me lean out a little bit, which is good. I'm right around 200 pounds. Sometimes I fluctuate a little more. Sometimes I fluctuate a little less. Depends on how much overall calories I'm taking in over about a 2-day period. One day won't really register for me. But you know how it goes. Sometimes you eat more, sometimes you eat less. I try to calorie count and keep on a pretty rigid diet. I eat the same thing a lot for each meal, and that's something that you might want to get into, is look at nutrition and what's going to be the most amount of protein, the best carbs, and you'll find yourself eating certain meals repeatedly, but find ways to cook that stuff so you like it. I've become a great cook over this last year. It's a skill I never really had before. Now I can chef up some shit like you wouldn't believe. I don't even really like to go out to the restaurants very often now because I feel like I can cook it better. A lot of times when I go to restaurants, it's a disappointing, expensive experience. And I'm like, man, I could have cooked that chicken way better. I grill that shit up so it's delicious. Think about your diet on a daily basis. This is something every day, every meal. Plan your meals out. Shop healthy. The best thing that I ever did, I'll end here, the best thing that I really ever did was I just had one, but I had one visit with the nutritionist. And it wasn't covered by my insurance. I had to pay for it out of pocket, and it was a little expensive. It was like $100 and something. You know, I was just like, damn. That's more than I had hoped. But it was incredibly informative. I left with a mountain of paperwork and access to their website and meal plans. I have a whole meal plan booklet and all kinds of stuff online that I can look at. And it's really helped to educate me. And that education was worth that 100 and whatever, $120, whatever it was for that visit. Because now I feel like I really fully understand what I'm supposed to do. And as you get older, like I am, you got a choice. You want to spend more time down the right aisles of the grocery store, in the vegetable aisle, and buying lean meats and staying away from the sodas and junk foods. You want to shop right and spend your time right in that store? Or do you want to just spend a whole lot of goddamn time sitting in doctor's office waiting rooms, getting blood tests, getting told bad news? You have a choice. You may be at the crossroads. I know I am. Thanks for watching.